Hi everyone, my name's Roxanne Sasha, also known as the Resilient Mum. I thought I would come on today and do like a little introductory video just because I've never done one, and a lot of you who are my new followers, you may not know who I am, what I'm about, what the Resilient Mum is completely about. So I thought I would come and share with you today. So I am a mother to a 3-year-old daughter. Her name's Isabella Grace. You may notice that I do not put pictures of her face online just because I feel that, I don't want to expose her to the internet or social media. It's my personal preference, although I don't have issues with mothers or fathers who like to share their children. I think, as I'm seeing a lot of your children growing up from their pictures, they're just growing into amazing little people. So yeah, I love seeing pictures of children, but my personal choice is not to show my daughter's face, not to put her on the internet. So aside from that, I started The Resilient Mum in 2015, back when I had Isabella Grace, and she is my biggest blessing. I always say that, but she really is, because at that time in my life, I kind of had no direction. I lost my purpose. I felt really miserable. I was really down. I was very depressed. And then she came along and, she gave me back my purpose. At the time, I couldn't find any other independent mother bloggers or independent mothers. And it was later on, after starting The Resilient Mum, that I stumbled across Beanstalk Single Mums. And then, God gave me that vision actually to start The Resilient Mum, just because he said to me, okay, so you can't find anyone that you can relate to or any other independent mothers out there. So why don't you share your story with others? Why don't you inspire others? So that's where and when The Resilient Mum came about. The name Resilient, that's basically down to me having to bounce back from so many different situations constantly. I don't really reveal so much, the things that I go through or my struggles so much, but literally every single post on my page is either inspired by something I'm encountering, something that I've gone through, or situations around me. So I like to post with purpose. I don't just randomly wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to post about, co-parenting, or I'm going to post about dating. For me, it has to have a purpose behind it. So okay, I'm going to post about co-parenting. Why? What do I feel like the mothers on my page can learn about this? So everything for me has to have a purpose, has to have a meaning, and that's something that I will always be grateful for, to my daughter and to God, because they both gave me back my purpose. I had left my job at the time and I was kind of like, what am I going to do? And then literally out of nowhere, God gave me the idea and I ran with it. In the early days of being the Resilient Mum, if you go like way back into my feed, you may notice that I used to post a lot of quotes. I still do. But I used to post pictures of other people's children with their permission, but I would add quotes with them. But that wasn't entirely, my plan for the Resilient Mum. I just never knew at the time how to execute it. So I went away, I spoke to family, I spoke to friends, loved ones, and I prayed and prayed and prayed. And then God, enlightened me as to how I could, change the whole message that I'm trying to convey to mothers, and how I can appeal to mothers, especially to independent mothers. And although my brand is, aimed at independent mothers, I do love to encourage mothers in general. I feel that mothers and fathers, we have a very, very difficult job, especially if you are an independent mother, because you're doing the job of two people by yourself. But for mothers as well, and fathers, who are in relationships, who do live together, I do understand and I do know that it's not easy for you either. So that's why I do post for independent mothers, but I try, to include mothers in general. So my mission, as my slogan says, is to inspire independent mothers worldwide. I don't just want to reach out to independent mothers in the UK. I want to reach out to independent mothers everywhere, because I know that we have similar struggles. I read a lot of messages, a lot of emails from my followers, and I can relate to a lot of what you say. So that's why it's very important for me not to just base the Resilient Mum around mothers in the UK. It has to be broader than that. I want my message, I want people to be encouraged, mothers to be encouraged worldwide, to know that it's fine. This is only, something you're going through now, but it's not going to be the end of you. Like, literally, no, being an independent mother is the beginning of your journey. You are going to come out of this on top. And one day when your children are older, this is something I always say, but they are going to thank you for everything you've done for them, because it's not easy, being an independent mother to one. So I can't imagine how other independent mothers feel mothering, 4 or 5 children by themselves. It is hard work. So this is why I'm here. This is why the Resilient Mum is here, because I want to encourage you, I want to empower you, and I want to motivate you to do the best that you can. Bella's outside the door. But I'm going to go now because my little madam is calling me. And I hope you've liked this video. If you have any questions, if you have any ideas, I'm not Elsa, Bella. If you have any ideas, please do let me know, and I will come back to you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.